Advance around. Advance around. Okay, wait one second. Right. Yes, sir. Gun 2 ready, sir. Clear. Ready. Gun 3 ready, sir. 5 feet from the right. 4 seconds. Fire! Fire! Secure the beat. Secure the beat. Good job, John. Good job. That's on a full load. It's a half load. Oh! Yeah, that ain't true. Back around. Did you draw a crowd? Load, but don't pick. Sign's yours. This will be a load and hold. Just to see. No, it just that there. No, it's a hot thing. There's somebody when you go load it. Ready! 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 Gun 3 ready, sir. Gun 2 ready, sir. From the right. 4 seconds. Fire! Fire! Fire!
Okay, coming live to you from Fort Defiance, Clarksville, Tennessee. Let me introduce myself. I'm High Private. Oh, sorry, I got promoted somehow to 3rd Sergeant. Cornelius Mahagan of Porter's Battery. Porter's Battery is a genuine Civil War battery raised in Nashville, Tennessee, the summer of 1861. We do various different Civil War reenactment events. You want one of the best artillery units to come to your event? Look up 3Ws.portersbattery.com and give us a contact information, and we'll get back with you. Our next event will be at June 30th at Cumberland City, Tennessee. Lighting the Cumberland event. On the river, we'll be firing at various enemy troops and bypassing boats on the river. Our schedule before us, but look it up on www.portersbattery.com. Captain Porter, the Captain Porter, was a Annapolis Naval Academy graduate and a naval officer. When the Civil War began, Captain Porter, from the illustrious state of Maryland, had moved to Tennessee, resigned his commission in the United States Navy, and joined the Confederate Army. Of course, first he joined the Provisional Army of Tennessee, and they assigned him into the artillery. He was placed in charge of the Tennessee 2nd Light Artillery Battery, which became popularly known as Porter's Battery. Their first combat was the Battle of Fort Donelson in February 13th to 16th, 1862 at Dover, Tennessee. In the battle, Captain Porter was wounded in the thigh, seriously. His lieutenant, second in command, Morton, took over. Porter's Battery had heavy losses of personnel in that battle. Captain Porter subsequently was forced to surrender with many of his personnel of the battery at Fort Donelson at the unconditional surrender, February 16th, 1862. He was taken north to Camp Chase in Illinois. No, they would have sent him to Johnson Island in Sandusky, Ohio, off in the Lake Erie. There, they were forced to amputate his leg. In September of 1862, thus about 7 months later, 6 to 7 months later, he was amongst the prisoners exchanged at Vicksburg, Mississippi, minus a leg. Captain Porter, however, chose to remain in the Confederate service and served in non-field capacities in the artillery and ordnance departments thereafter. However, the other personnel who had been prisoners of war and those that were not captured of Porter's Battery were newly formed into Morton's Battery under Lieutenant Morton, who had been his second in command. And thus, Porter's Battery became, in effect, a new battery. Morton's Battery was still the 2nd Tennessee Light Artillery Battery. It came to be called Morton's Battery, which served with great distinction for the remainder of the war, and at times was in Nathan Bedford Forrest's cavalry corps. They were involved as well, I know, at the New Johnsonville, or the old Johnsonville campaign against New Johnsonville, Tennessee, U.S. Army Military Depot, the bombardment. They set up some of Morton's cannons in the area of Paris Landing, hid in the woods, and when Union supply boats, steamboats, coming up the Tennessee River, heading toward New Johnsonville Depot, come in their range, they opened fire on them. That's another event. That's another story of Morton's Battery of November 1862. But in between, they're being exchanged. They served at various other battles, such as Chickamauga and several other throughout the Atlanta campaigns, such as Kennesaw Mountain, Dallas, Tunnel Hill, Georgia, Peachtree Creek, Georgia, Morton's Battery, was there with the Army of Tennessee as part of the Artillery Corps of the Army of Tennessee.